Welcome back to 25 and welcome this time around to beautiful Rock Valley College as opposed to my dungeon office in the basement of the Wolf household. For just a moment, I thought we should talk about the expectation of replacing your or replacing a rather DSLR with a smartphone. So presently, here again from beautiful Rock Valley College campus, we have my phone acting as a camera. You can see it's pumping in behind me. I have just the normal lights that would be here in my office. I'm also looking down here occasionally to see the actual camera output as it's being pumped in through a piece of software. I'm getting 1080p, I'm getting 24 frames a second. I think most everything is exposed correctly. It looks okay, honestly. You can also see I've got a little bit of a shallow depth of field. I know I'm tipping forward a little bit, but shallow depth of field simply suggests that me here as the foreground is in focus, whereas the background over here is a little bit out of focus. So what that does is it helps your audience draw their attention to the focused areas. That's where you, as the photographer, want the attention to be drawn. And it's doing a fine job, honestly. I will admit to you, I would ordinarily have chosen to bring like my ZV-1F. It's a Sony small point and shoot camera that's supposedly for video first. I would maybe have chosen to bring that here today, but honestly, I'm getting most of the same utility out of this camera instead. Does that utility extend outward? Can we currently replace a DSLR, a good high quality camera, purpose-built camera, with our cell phones? And the honest to buttons answer is sometimes you can. Do I think that I can use a phone to fully replace a full frame camera? No, I don't, honestly. Do I think that we can use our cell phones in a way that will appropriately approximate the settings that we should be aware of, insofar as our phones can provide them to us? Do I think that they can approximate the same functionality that we would get from a DSLR, a full frame camera, from a traditional film camera? Yeah, actually, I do think we can do that. I know that using the software we're going to use, I know that we can do the things that we see in our textbook, in the SCP and the DCPP, DPCC. Ooh, that dyslexia is getting me today. The DPCC textbook. Do I think that we can play with white balance? Yes, absolutely. Can we use the ISO settings to change our shots? Absolutely. Can we influence shutter speed? Yes, we can. Can I see the zebras for white balance so that I can really torque down what my shot is going to look like? Absolutely. Can I see the histogram for color so that I can be fully aware of where it is that the digital information, right? The information that is coming into my camera, can I use those settings to take better photos? 100%. And the difference between the two is minimal at best. Is it true that your camera on your cell phone would really rather prefer you not always change settings, especially white balance, especially ISO? Yeah, I mean, the default camera just wants you to click, 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 and get your images. So this is going to be a little bit different. We are going to have to use, in many cases, alternative software. But do those experiences that we are going to have on our camera devices, very probably cell phones, do those carry over to each and every, DSLR out there? Yeah, honestly, they do. We are seeing the following, I think, in the industries. Our cell phones are coming towards DSLRs, and our DSLRs are coming towards cell phones, and we're kind of getting this area in the middle where the the cell phones are enabling us to use settings with more granular control. So that means that I, as the photographer, have better control over my settings. That is true. Is it also true that our DSLRs are coming to appreciate the automatic settings? Are we coming to appreciate the computational photography that users are expecting and simply providing it in even professional grade cameras? Yes, that is happening. So the cell phoneification of DSLRs, the DSLification of cell phones, and we are meeting them in the middle. And I genuinely believe this, is that the experiences now that we can create with a small investment in software on your cell phones will approximate the experience that some of you are going to have using your own DSLR cameras. So, and I just have this video here to help, like, I want you to believe me when I say that the experiences may have slightly different interfaces. The experiences may have slightly different hardware, external hardware, right? The actual case of a camera feels and looks different than the case of a cell phone. But their software experience, the picture taking experience, and the editing experience, those really are very similar and applicable. So once you get to know one, you can get to know the other.